Have you ever wondered how augmented reality overlays graphics? Well, let's delve into the magical world of augmented reality, often referred to as AR. This incredible technology is not just a thing of science fiction anymore, but a part of our daily lives. It's being used everywhere, from the gaming industry to healthcare, making our experiences more interactive and immersive. But what exactly is augmented reality? Simply put, it's a technology that seamlessly blends computer-generated images with our perception of the real world. Imagine looking at a cityscape through your smartphone, and suddenly, you see digital information about the buildings, restaurants, and landmarks pop up on your screen. That's AR at work. It enriches our view of the real world by overlaying it with digital data and virtual images, providing us with a composite, enhanced view of our surroundings. But how does this fascinating technology work? How does it overlay graphics on our real world? Augmented reality is no magic, but a complex process involving several steps. Let's break down the intricate workings of this innovative technology. The first step in the process is capturing real-world data. This is done using cameras or sensors, which are often embedded in our smartphones or AR devices. These cameras and sensors play the role of our eyes, capturing what we see and sending this information to the AR software. Once the real-world data is captured, the next step is to process and interpret this information. The AR software uses complex algorithms to understand and map the environment. This process might involve recognizing objects or surfaces, calculating distances, and determining lighting conditions. It's like creating a digital copy of the real world, a virtual canvas where the AR magic will unfold. After the software has processed the data, the next step is to identify where to overlay the graphics. This is a critical part of the process. The software needs to accurately determine where in the real world the virtual objects should appear. For instance, if you're using an AR furniture app, the software needs to accurately place the virtual couch in your living room, not floating in the air or buried in the floor. This step involves understanding the spatial relationships in the captured data and using them to position the graphics appropriately. The final step in the process is rendering and overlaying the graphics on the user's view of the real world. The AR software generates the 3D models or images and overlays them onto the camera feed. It's like adding a layer of digital paint to the real world. And voila, you see a dragon perched on your desk or a dinosaur roaming in your backyard. This step involves a lot of computation and graphics processing to ensure that the virtual objects look realistic and blend seamlessly with the real world. So that's how augmented reality overlays graphics. But let's summarize these steps to make it crystal clear. Let's revisit the process of how AR overlays graphics in a nutshell. Firstly, there's the crucial job of capturing real-world data. This is where our cameras and sensors come into play. They gather information about our physical surroundings, which is then used as a reference point for our overlaid graphics. So, the more accurate the data, the more seamless the augmented reality experience. Next, we have the creation of the 3D model. This is the digital skeleton of our overlaid graphics. It's where we decide on the size, shape, and orientation of our virtual objects. And it's not just a one-off job. The model constantly updates in response to real-world changes. Then comes the magic of rendering. This is where we breathe life into our 3D model. We add textures, colors, shadows, and reflections to make it look as realistic as possible. And again, this isn't a static process. Our graphics need to adapt to changes in lighting and perspective just like real objects would. Finally, there's the all-important task of tracking. This ensures that our overlaid graphics stay in the correct position, even as we move around. Without accurate tracking, our graphics would float aimlessly, breaking the illusion of reality. And there you have it, the fascinating process of how AR overlays graphics. Augmented reality is transforming the way we interact with the world around us. It's not just about enhancing games or creating immersive marketing experiences. AR impacts our everyday lives, from education to healthcare, from art to navigation. Knowing the process behind it makes us appreciate this technology even more. It's like understanding the magic behind a spell. Next time you marvel at an AR application, remember the intricate process that makes it all possible. Until next time, keep exploring the world of technology. It's full of surprises.